All right, this is going to be a complete unboxing experience with my Neverwinter Nights 1 and 2. I also, you can see, I can't keep them all on screen, but I have multiple guides here and just over here to the right that I'm going to go through as well. I have all the guides for Neverwinter Nights 1, some of the DLCs like Hordes of the Underdark and Shadow Undrentide that I'm going to go through, and also the guides for Neverwinter Nights 1, or excuse me, Neverwinter Nights 2 as well, those guides. I'll go ahead and start with this one. You can see here, I wish I had my original copy of Neverwinter Nights. This is just so much nostalgic to me because back in the day when this first came out, this was a wonderful RPG that I was playing. You see here, it's teen. I was able to play this long before I played Diablo, but this one is just, it's so much fun. There's so much replayability to it. Back when I first played, I didn't understand how much replayability there was to it. There is a construction or a toolkit where you can construct your own modules and assets for this game. The modding community is amazing and alive and well even today. Recently, they've even just recently released an official campaign online, which I can't recall the name. Anyway, it's just wonderful that it's continuously going, even for such an old game. It's 20 plus years old. Of course, you can see here, it's Forgotten Realms. If you're a big Pathfinder or D&D fan, this is just an excellent series just because it's built off of that system. I believe, if I'm right, I believe it's built off of like Dungeons & Dragons 3.5. May or may not be mentioned on here somewhere. Taking a little look, you can see here Dungeons and Dragons down at the bottom. Of course, you can see the wizard trying to get it from glaring now. Wizards, the coast, right there. Tari, of course. Let's see here. Sorry for it shaking. I bumped my camera. Excuse me. Neverwinter Nights revolutionizes PC gaming by giving players the power they've never had before. Power to create a universe with Neverwinter Aurora toolset, like I was discussing. The game you want is the game you build, whether venturing through a single-player campaign or participating online with your many friends or enemies. Neverwinter is the game you want to be, with a wide array of customized characters and environments. Its game is endless variety. It is evolutionizing of PC gaming. Neverwinter Nights, it changes everything. I do agree. I mean, this game is crazy, still alive and well today. The customization of characters are crazy. If you're familiar with, like I mentioned, Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder, you could build so many different style of characters just depending on your actual preference of playing. You can see here, it's talking about the official campaign. There's the tool set. You can invite players from around the world and multiplayer. There's even live persistent worlds that are going on today, like MMOs. I haven't played any of them before, but I do see that there are some online that people are still playing these days. But this is just an awesome game, and just I love that the modding community and the community around this game is just so open and still alive. You can see here, here's the front open sleeve. Very, very colorful and vibrant. Amazing cover art for this game. You can see here there's a dragon. There's some guards off to the right. Let's see what this text says down here. Are you ready? Are you the hero journeying through epic monster-filled adventures where the ultimate tale of Neverwinter rests on your shoulders? Are you the builder, creating adventures that challenge paladins, sorcerers, or anyone dare to test your campaign adventure? Are you the dungeon master, the ominous being of your adventuring world, guiding your friends through exciting stories, managing their game world, and challenging them as they live and die in your campaign world? Neverwinter Nights, your unlimited adventure begins here. Do you answer the call? Yeah, that's something I didn't mention. And I do remember the feature of being a dungeon matcher, which is awesome. You can literally use Neverwinter Nights as if you were playing like a Pathfinder or Dungeons and Dragons, and be able to be the dungeon master as you live play with other players. It's just a great tool for that. I have not actually done that. I do want to. Maybe I'll get around to it with some friends eventually. You can see here I have the sticker still on it, $54.99. Man, that's cheap for comparing to today, because games are getting more expensive. That's something to reminisce about in 2025, because games are starting to look at like 65 plus these days, anywhere from like 70 to 90 plus. That's not even including tax. And the sad thing is guess what? They're digital. This is a physical copy of my game, and there's a lot to this. One thing that you won't see in this game as I'm unboxing, it's actually the bottom, I believe I may need to open, or the top. Let's see here. Gotta make sure I'm opening the right side. Yeah, it's the bottom. Here we go. Is the map. I actually have it framed, and it's on my wall. I can show a picture here in a little bit about it. Let me just go ahead and get this open up. We'll look a little more on it. What's inside the box? Neverwinter Nights came with a really nice thick manual. I mean, I've never had a game with it actually just having. I almost thought it was a player's guide when I first got this back in the day. Here are the install discs. They're not too super fancy or anything, but they're coming in sleeves. They didn't come in a jewel case. Not really sure why exactly. Let's see here. Oh yeah, there's a sleeve, little slip here that's foldable. Just kind of goes over like some of the movement and skill abilities and controls. It's a very nice little hardback kind of polished paper here, and goes over some of the feats and just different abilities that you can use. Just a summary and some definitions on that. Excuse me one second. I don't want to show off my CD code, but I'll just kind of show you a little bit of a summary. Just so much information in this. If you know how Pathfinder or Dungeons & Dragons stuff is, there's a lot to read on it. If you look at their core books and then their extended books as well that add more to it. You can see here's a table of contents. Just really goes over a lot of content within the game and what all's involved. You can see here the player's guide's not exactly colorful. It's obviously black and white, but it's well bound, and you just don't see stuff like this anymore. There's an advertisement for another game. Never played that. But anyway, that's the complete boxing of Neverwinter Nights. Let me move on. We'll get over here to the Neverwinter Nights guides. I'll go ahead and run through those, and then I'll run through Neverwinter Nights 2. I'm going to go ahead and start out with a world builder guide. You can see here, this is one or two guides. I have both guides. You can see it right here. It's Forgotten Realms. This is the Versus book version. You can see here I still actually have the sticker on here. I just don't really want to take it off. I might have to use a heat gun or something to take it off, because I don't want to take the actual decal and stuff of the actual guide off. This is more collector value. I mean, really, if you wanted to find all this information of programming your campaigns or creating your monsters, NPCs, and mores, scripting, all that kind of stuff, this is good information. If you actually want a physical read, but all this information, and there's probably even better tutorials online to do that. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend this guide if you're just getting it just to learn the Aurora toolset. You can see here it goes over it all, just kind of shows you what you can do, and just some brief summary stuff, and it goes a lot in depth with all the world building Aurora set. I'm just gonna kind of briefly kind of scroll through it. Here's some cover art, which is a common one. All right, now let's look at the. This is actually this is a second guide, one of two guides. It's also the Versus book. You can see it says free poster. The other one actually did too as well. I'm kind of actually trying to remember if it's even in here. It actually is, and I forgot about that. Yeah, the poster's actually in here, which is nice, and I did forget about that. It's nice to have, because a lot of times those posters are gone. I actually had this one back in the day when I first bought the game. Like I said, and before in some of my other videos, I just always bought Player's Guide with my games back in the early 2000s. It's just really handy to have this extra information when you're playing, and because I just didn't always have that information I needed in that time era, because I didn't understand, hey, you could do a Google search, because I mean, Google was just new back in the early 2000s. Of course, it was there, and be able to use and question, but it just wasn't something I knew about doing. But you can see here it has detailed maps about the official adventure guide. This is basically it has mainly, like, it goes over all character build type systems, all the skills, spells, feats, detailed class information. This is all redundant information. If you want to just access stuff online, that'd probably be best. Like I said about the other guide, this is mainly collector value. Just having this physical product and just reminisce and just be able to have this retro kind of copy of what we used to do back whenever this stuff first came out. It also covers all the walkthrough and side quests of the main official campaign for Neverwinter Nights. You can see here, nice cover art. It's organized really well. This is going through all the character systems and maps, and it's just very, very nice. I love these kind of guides, just how they're set up and so colorful and going through all the spells and stuff. All right, let's move on to the other two. Here's the DLC ones. I'll just start with this one, Hordes of the Underdark. This mainly goes through its bonus, like its added content, I believe. All new epic levels, prestige classes, feats, monsters, and spells. Like I said, with other stuff, you can find all this stuff, information online really easily. This is for collector value. And this also goes through the Hordes of the Underdark campaign. You can see here, it's like the other one's nice and colorful. A lot less, well, there we go. There's maps going through the campaign. And here's Shadows of Undrentide. And this also, you see, covers its prestige classes and monsters that come with this DLC. Added module content. Nice back. This is, I haven't actually played this one all the way through, but I do actually remember playing it about partial way through. I don't remember which chapter I got to, but Shadows of Undertide is a really fun module, even though I haven't played it completely through. I'd like to eventually play it all the way through. It's a blast. It brings back a lot of nostalgia memories with playing Pathfinder with friends in my college days. All right, let's move on to Neverwinter Nights 2. You can see it's right here, my copy. I'm gonna swap out these guides over here and pull out the second guides. This is, I've never actually played Neverwinter Nights. I actually have played it, but I haven't played it enough to really say what I much know about the story and stuff. I've heard it's great, especially since Obsidian was involved in making this one. This one plays significantly different than the first Neverwinter Nights. Sorry, I had it upside down. Here we go. The first Neverwinter Nights. This one's more focused on you play and focus on your main soul character, and then you'll have henchmen that you just kind of passively control. Neverwinter Nights is like your typical party-based. You control everybody and everything they do. It's a different approach, but it's still a good approach from my experience on playing on it. You'll have to let me know in the description down below what you guys think. The story I've heard from a lot of different people, it's great. Everything you do has a meaning. Explore a rich magical world of Neverwinter Nights 2, featuring a dynamic and rewarding storyline, 9 new sub-races and prestige classes, and more. You see here it says the best PC RPG of all time is back. There's a website. Kind of makes me wonder if it's even up still. You can see here some of the game art. Rediscover familiar locations and old friends from Neverwinter Nights series. Play your way, your actions and interactions, the companions you travel with, and the way you build your stronghold all change the course of your adventure. Create and host your own solo and multiplayer D&D adventures using the improved Neverwinter Nights 2 tool set. Use new spells, feats, and prestige caches from the existing Dungeons & Dragons version 3.5 rules. Yeah, see here's this 3.5 rules of Dungeons & Dragons it mentions. I'm pretty sure the Neverwinter Nights 1 are built off of the same system. Explore the Forgotten Realms, rendered in a breathtaking detail. You can see there's a NVIDIA emblem right there. Back in the day, whenever they first started kind of coming to light and being superior over AMD. Obsidian, they're extraordinary back in the day. They are some of my favorite storytelling games where flexibility of character choice and developments. This is another reason why I picked this up, because I wanted to play it through and see just how and experience it myself. This could be possibly some Let's Plays later down the road. Let's see here. Go ahead and unbox it. Show you what's inside. Give me 1 second. It's nice and snug in there. Here we go. All right. Ooh, and yeah, I had forgotten about this. This is a manual right here. Look at how thick it is. Sure, it's not bound like the Neverwinter Nights one, but oh my, it's almost quite as good as a hardback. It's prime paper. Excuse me. I'll have to edit that out. My key. Here we go. Just kind of a summary of system. Kind of what all's in it. It just kind of goes over probably just as much as the guide, if not, actually it goes in way more than the guide. I have the player's guides over here. So this is a lot of repetitive information that I'm going to have in this player's guide right here. Excuse me. Yeah, but this is great. Advertising looks like for another, no, not another game. Yeah, it's just asking you to register. Not super special, I guess. Oh, there's a Dungeons and Dragons, some kind of online. It's the Dungeons and Dragons online game. There's some free trial on that. Interesting. Better cover out than this, because this is just black. But yeah, there's the CD. Just one CD. Let me get this stuff out of the way, and we'll look at the guide. See here, looks about the same. I got, some wear and tear a little bit on it, but it's in great shape overall. This basically goes through the main story, and of course goes through all the stats and feats and characters and, of the main core game. I didn't actually get any of the physical DLCs. You can get those, but I just wanted to mainly collect the core game. I'm pretty sure these are the only manuals I could find online. There might be more. I didn't really care for getting any more of them, just because I just wanted mainly the base game for Neverwinter Nights 2. Since I'm not super familiar with it, I haven't played it a whole lot. You can see here, does it actually come with a mat? Does it come with a poster? I thought I saw one for a second. Excuse me. No, I don't think so. Nah, it's just the antagonist right there that it's showing. Cover art. Here we go. And then this is actually the World Editor Guide. This goes over the overall guide for 2. Like these guides, they're redundant for today because you can just find all this information online. But this is a collector aspect. This one's a lot more pretty than the other guide. A lot of information in this for how you can build out your own campaigns and DM and scripting, all that kind of stuff. But like I said, this can all be found online, and this is just mainly for my collector value, because it would definitely be significantly more time efficient if I would just go online and find tutorials and stuff to be able to do that. But yeah, that's my Neverwinter Nights 1 and 2 collection. I might have some more Let's Plays later on this. We'll see. It may not be a priority at all for the channel, just because of the fact that Neverwinter Nights is not exactly fun to watch. It's definitely fun to play, at least for me. That's just my personal opinion. But that's my complete in-box copies of Neverwinter Nights 1 and 2. Thank you.